Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And so today, I used the Pixel 2 XL, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts as I've used it throughout the day, and yeah, just kind of tell you guys where it sits today in 2024. If this is a device that, should you pick up if you want the flagship device, but not to spend so much money, like all that, you'll be able to kind of figure that out after hearing what I have to say about this device. But before we get into it, I would deeply, deeply appreciate if you guys would smash the like button. It helps get this video pushed around so more people can see it. And also, first time to my channel and you like what I had to say, you like the content, I appreciate that. And you can show your appreciation by hitting that subscribe button. And then that way you'll catch future videos from me. So without further ado, let's kind of get into the Pixel 2 XL and what I think about it. And honestly, this is a device that, is like in my top 5 favorite devices of all time and my second favorite Google Pixel device, behind the googliest of all, the Pixel 4 XL. But yeah, this has its quirks to it. Not, like the Pixel 4 XL with Motion Sense and Project Soli and any of that stuff, but just kind of like the design and what Google was doing with this. As you look at the first Pixel and Pixel XL, they had really large bezels on them. And I know people were complaining a lot about bezels. They were really trying to go through, a more screen to body ratio. And so that was always talked about in reviews with phones. So it's like the bezels, the bezels, the bezels. And I was one that really didn't care too much about the bezels. But I gotta say that Google and their decision to commission LG to build this particular model, the 2XL, I think was a smart idea by Google. Having that 18, the 18:9 aspect ratio was just a lot better, especially for something like this that had front-firing speakers. You definitely can consume your media, no problems at all. The sound was blaring right at you. But the 2XL had the 18:9 aspect ratio, but we couldn't say the same for the Pixel 2, which had bezels, giant bezels. And as a matter of fact, as a side note, most people don't know that there was an actual 2XL of this design before Google said, hey, we'll just reach out to LG and see what they can come up with. And in fact, this is what LG came up with. Now, I remember for so long when I was ready to start buying Google Pixel phones, I was like, this was the one that I had to have. The panda color was just amazing. I felt like, it just did the phone justice. You have the orange power accent button. So that's like absolutely nice. And yeah, I couldn't be more happier with it. But aside from that, how well did it perform? Having the Snapdragon 835 processor and I believe 4 GB of RAM. How did it also stack up with the cameras? Well, camera. There's only one camera sensor on here, yet you were able to get some amazing shots, amazing photos, right? And then of course the front selfie cam. So two camera sensors in total, and that's all it really had. But other than that, also had a very thin, sleek profile with that 3520 milliamp hour battery in there, powering this sucker. And you did get a rear biometric fingerprint sensor, which, I miss these, but I also do like the modern in-display fingerprint sensor. It's actually pretty cool. It is no longer supported with Google software updates. So the only way you would have a Pixel 2 XL and have a more modern version of Android OS on here is if you've, flashed a custom ROM. The only way, but you would have to have a fully unlocked model Pixel 2 XL to be able to do that. I unfortunately don't. This is a Verizon model, so the bootloader is locked and I can't go beyond that. However, it still sits on Android 11, so that's not a problem at all. And some people actually prefer Android 11 and the way that it looks. Um, just to say, they're not too happy with the modern quick settings when you swipe down. Just certain aspects of the Material U UI, not a lot of people are a fan of, and kind of prefer the older Android look. And so, yeah, that's something that, even I look at this and I'm like, wow, I kind of wish that some of the things that's in the Pixel 2 XL made its way to, future Android OS, like the icons, for instance. The icons are pretty cool. I love the fact that you can customize them and do all these weird things. I think that's nice. I think that that's something that should have been, you know, implemented in Material UI, where with the circle icons, and we don't go any further than that. But thankfully, Android is very customizable. You can just download a third-party launcher, throw that bad boy on there, and then you can just really go nuts One of the most popular ones is Nova Launcher. A lot of people love using that launcher. But you know, the fact that they were doing customizations within the stock native Pixel Experience launcher, and then they kind of took that away, I think was just like a really bad move on Google's part. However, um, so we're in 2024. This device released, I believe, in 2017. So Snapdragon 835 processor still does a lot of things very, very well. I feel like that, you know, the processor chip can handle anything that I throw at it. Opening social media apps and stuff like that and using social media is not that real heavy, intense type of thing, right? When you're using Facebook or you're using Instagram, you're using whatever it may be, they do just fine on here. So you wouldn't have any problems using any of those services, right? It's the newer AI features that the Pixel 2 XL is going to lack some, well, most of, right? So circle to search is not something you're going to find on the Pixel 2 XL. Gemini does not work on the Pixel 2 XL. But you still have Google Assistant. Um, some of the features that this does have is it does have the squeeze. So it has that feature where you can bring up Google Assistant, just won't get Gemini. I'm pretty sure there's probably a way to manipulate it and put Gemini on the Pixel 2 XL with some finessing and stuff. If you really know what you're doing, you probably could get it on there. However, there's a reason why that it's not on there, and obviously the processor chip from Qualcomm is probably outdated and not powerful enough to run majority of Gemini features. So therefore, they just didn't include the Pixel 2 XL in it. Sad as it is. Um, the camera department is where I feel like that the Pixel 2 XL kind of still shines. So if you're thinking that this is the type of phone that is going to match against most modern flagship devices that pretty much have assistant from AI in taking photos, then yeah, you don't want to get this phone. This phone is going to take good photos. It takes good photos. I love the photos that come from this. I mean, sometimes it's a hit or miss type of situation. It just depends on you, the user itself. If you're patient trying to take your photos, if you really want to get a good quality photo. Now, if you're just a point and shoot, you're just a point and shoot. I mean, AI is not going to assist that. It's not a lot of AI to assist with, anyways. However, it still does fairly good. And the selfie cam does pretty decent too. But like I said, it's going to take good photos, photos that are usable on social media just to share what you're doing in your day or what's happening out there. But nothing that's going to win you any awards or popularity contests with other social media users that are all about smartphone photography. Video quality is, as I continue to get more newer smartphone devices and see what other options are out there, yes, the Pixel 4 XL will take better video than the Pixel 2 XL, and same with the iPhone 11 Pro Max will take better video than what the Pixel 2 XL can. However, if you're trying to just record a video of like what you're doing in that moment, you're not a content creator per se to create content for people to watch and enjoy. The 2XL is definitely going to handle that. And even at some instances, you probably can finesse your video taken with the Pixel 2 XL to even create a vlog if you're just vlogging your day, right? But if you're really like trying to shoot skits and, that type of content on whatever platform you're posting those videos on, you may not be happy with the quality that comes from the video with the Pixel 2 XL. I'm just stating on that. So there is a lot to love about the Pixel 2 XL, especially if you're able to find one where its battery health is at least above 90%. It's probably one of the things that, I wish that Android would have included in the software was being able to tell you just like, where does the battery capacity sit at this point? Because this literally came out in 2017. And if this was one of the devices that was purchased and unboxed in 2017 and used in 2017, well, then I would say the battery capacity on this is probably below 80% already at this point. I'm pretty sure there's apps that may be able to tell. I don't know them. I haven't really looked or searched for them. So I'm just in that realm where it's like, it's not really that big of a deal to me. I charge it up. I use it. Social media, the battery can withstand throughout the day. It's when I start consuming media, like I start watching YouTube or TikTok or any of those things, and the battery will start rapidly depleting. Of course, it's got fast charging, but it doesn't have the fastest charging or the most current fast charging of today's standards, but it does have fast charging to that degree where I can get the device pretty much charged back up in like, less than an hour and a half, and it's back up to 100% and I'm good to go. Fortunately, there is no wireless charging on this, so I can drop this on my wireless Qi charger and it's just not going to do me any good because it's not going to charge at all. But I think one of the biggest things aesthetically, as far as the design of the Pixel 2 XL, love the fact that it's got this metal body along with this glass top. A nostalgic feeling being in the days with, Google and their quirkiness, this panda color, but with the orange accent button. I mean, I miss those days of that, where they had these weird things like the Pixel 2 and kind of blue, or it's like kind of blue, but not really blue. Got that green accent power button. It's like all of a sudden, Google went from being a kid that was fun loving and playful and then became super mature and just, like, yeah, it's a Pixel. You look at the Pixel 7s and you're just like, no two-tone color, no quirkiness about it, just a camera visor bar, which is, basically Google's signature uh, look to basically identify, hey, that's a Google Pixel from like 10 feet away. But other than that, I mean, yeah, there's no quirkiness to it, right? The very last device to actually do some sort of two-tone color quirkiness was the Pixel 6a. As far as flagship wise, it was the Pixel 6. And I kind of missed that by Google. Like that was one of the quintessential things that was like, you knew this was a Google phone just looking at it. It's like the weirdness of it, like, oh, look, panda color, black and white. And that's why like most people love the Pixel 4 XL with defrosted white back instead of this piano black color, I like to call it. Shout out to the iPhone 7 piano black days. A lot of people complain about, the fingerprint smudges on the back of this glossy Pixel 4, but a lot of people loved the white model one, which was more easier to get than the oh so orange color, and that's just because it also reminded them of the panda color. So with that being said, it is still a pretty good capable device. Would make a great device if you're just trying to get on social media and you're not really doing a lot. You're more of a spectator than a content creator. Then yeah, this would be golden for you to use. Especially now, you can probably find this thing for like $50 in good condition. I mean, if you go on places like eBay where they, they have resellers who refurbish the phones and everything, you'll probably find it for like $80, $90, at best. I think, the Pixel 2 XL and just what it can do today, I think it's amazing. And if you're somebody who has an unlocked model and not a Verizon version like me, now you definitely can breathe some life into this. There are a lot of custom ROMs on XDA that could help bring your device up to maybe Android 13, maybe Android 12. I would say there's some for like Android 13 I've seen. I haven't seen nothing really for Android 14, but I haven't looked in a while because, again, my bootloader is locked. There's really nothing I can do with it unless I'm really to risk it for the biscuit. So I'm just keeping it real with y'all. But anyways, that is how I feel about the Pixel 2 XL and using it throughout my day. If you own one, let me know what your experience is in the comment section of the video. If you've never owned one and you're interested and you're probably going to use it for like a secondary burner phone, hey, why not? Go for it. Just let me know if that's something you're interested in doing. And yeah, just leave your comments, questions, emotional outbursts in the comment section of the video. And again, please smash that like button to help get this video circulated. I would definitely appreciate that. And if you just subscribed, thank you for hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate it. That's it for right now. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.